If you look closely, you can find a couple scorch marks on some of the tapestries. So fire was definitely probably involved in the desecration of this living place.
All right. I do the only logical thing. I turn into a dog that can smell a lot.
Okay.
That can go around and maybe try to find out where the humans went, where the griffin went, and where the dragon went.
All right, awesome. So you start sniffing around. Ramus and Acros see. What kind of dog do you turn into? Like a bloodhound or like a
Yeah, I was thinking
settler?
something like a bloodhound, but it has a little longer ears and it has like the colors of Hwinnil's hair on it.
Okay, awesome. All right, so you see Winnow morph into a bloodhound-like creature, keeping some of her distinct marks, and your nose immediately picks up the scent of your NPC party. They definitely went out. The smell is strongest in the tunnel. Even you catch a draft coming from within the tunnel, and they smell like they're still in that area, like further down. Like there's just this small draft coming through, and it's as if you were like trying to find if you were trying to track you or if you were trying to track and you were standing in the wind, you definitely catch a whiff of their scent. You are almost sure, almost positively sure that they're down there somewhere, as well as the griffins. Um, Actually, since you're so close to the ground now, you do catch some very light down that usually coats the inside of a hippogriff's plumage. So there's some bits of down that dropped from these griffins in near the mouth of this tunnel.
Right. I like woof woof, and I look at the party, and then I start walking down
All right,
into the.
Let's
you
say you found someone in the well.
Ramus just kind of goes over and starts trying to scratch your ears. He's like, "Oh, cute doggy."
The dog looks very angry and like "Grrr," when you try to scratch my ear.
Actually, you guys have Black with you too. Julie's dog. She had left the dog with you guys
Yeah,
also.
that's
All
true.
right.
Yeah, the dog kind of looks at you and he follows your lead because you guys for all intents and purposes are his I guess pack leaders if we have to go through dog mentality. And he immediately, recognizes, smells it's you and is like, all right, let's, he follows you. But he snuffling and growling, you hear him smell, human went this way, his human. So that also confirms what you had found. For sure. So you guys see when they'll start going down this tunnel. You see Black Dog following her. Do you guys follow or what?
Yep.
Sure.
All right. So you guys go down this really long tunnel. There are faint torches that illuminate the halls. The torches actually looked like they weren't lit too long ago. The gasoline that's used to wrap the head of the torches is still burning quite brightly, so it hasn't used up all its fuel yet. So they were recently lit. So you go down this dark, narrow corridor for a little, well, not too dark, narrow for a dragon, I suppose, but not narrow for humans. It's, about 10 feet wide, and ceiling is about 10 feet tall, too. When you come outside and there is some tracks that start going off in one direction towards the west. It was clearly a large group of people that went down this way, and definitely when Winnow and Black Dog come upon the tracks, it smells just like the party.
Mm,
Yeah, right. I start to attack back into a human form then.
Okay,
Elf form, I mean.
okay. Black Dog kind of woofs and kind of whines, kind of looking, cocking his head to the side, kind of looking kind of confused. um,
I say
uh,
in dog to him, it's gonna be alright.
he's like, okay. Um, Acros, Ramas, did you guys want to do anything?
No, I'm just gonna keep following.
All right,
What would happen if I tried to pet Black Dog?
you can try.
Let's do it.
All right,
Nice
you
doggy.
lower your hand, and Black Dog hesitantly, sniffs your fingers, and then, seems to allow you to pet him.
Yeah, nice doggy. I scratch his ears very enthusiastically.
he leans into your scratching. He's definitely into it.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys? I assume you guys follow the tracks. Or did you guys want to have somebody scout ahead or what?
I start to say to Ramas, just because I turn into a dog doesn't mean that you get to like touch me all over.
Ramus kind of cocks his head and says, "You turned into a dog?"
Only
I look
appropriate
really confused.
in this group.
What? You didn't get? I was a dog like 2 seconds ago.
No, there was a dog here a couple seconds ago, but that wasn't you. You're an elf.
You know I'm a druid, right? You know the big bear that like helped the fight? That was also me. You do know
No,
that.
you're not a bear.
I look at Acros. How stupid is he?
I don't know.
I don't know why all these animals keep showing up around
I
you,
don't know why you're
but
asking
I like
me that
it.
question.
I like you. You're a good person.
Uh, oh, oh. Yes, yes, I don't know what to say. I start walking.
Black Dog
Let's go.
kind of just goes and just starts walking after you. He also has no idea what's going on. All right,
I
so
will speak though when I start walking there.
okay. So you start walking. You guys walk, and it's not too long until you come to the edge of a stream that seems to be near a very, very beautiful glade, an open glade, and under a huge towering willow tree with golden leaves are your friends Julie, Alina, Ironwood, Cat's Paw. They're all there, and they are all gathered around this brass colored dragon whose head is down on the ground and doesn't seem to be moving very much.
But it is moving.
You see the dragon breathing, but it's
Okay.
shallow.
Oh, is
No,
there any
shiny
enemies and stuff
dragon.
around?
No, you do not see any enemies at all.
Then I
Julie notices you guys and she kind of waves you over.
I hurry.
All right.
Yeah.
She, Ironwood, Cat's Paw, um, Razor, and Brom are all there. They look absolutely exhausted. And Julie says to you, "We tried to help Shelly, but his end is near. There is a lot of internal damage. Ironwood told me that there is a lot of internal damage that happened to him, and we don't think he has much time. But I think he was holding out for you guys to see if you had completed your mission."
Yeah, we have completed the mission. I look at Ironpaw. So nature is not. We can't save.
Ironwood, Catspaw and Ironwood says, we have, we have pumped so much healing magic into him. We think there's something else going on internally, but he doesn't have much time left. I'm surprised he's even been alive this long. His organs are failing at this point. He got in, it looks like he, from what I could discern, there are a couple claw marks on him, but he was literally rammed into the mountainside trying to protect us. I don't think there's much we can do. He, like, in game terms, there was so much initial damage done to him that it just cut all his hit points. He went into below zero, and it massive damage. He took on 2 red dragons at once, and he didn't try to get away. So we had enough time to escape. We had enough time to get down to the tunnel. And after they realized that he was dying, they weren't interested in him anymore, and I think they took his dragon horde. I think that's what it was. We think happened. Um, but he wants to talk to you before he goes.
All right.
Yeah, let's
I'll-
show him the eggs too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go up to Shelly. He is pretty beaten up. It does look like most of the damage was internal. He kind of has this sort of glazed look in his eye. His eyes aren't even, as you approach him, his eyes aren't even following you. But his ears do kind of, perk. His internal ear, he perks up slightly, but he can't seem to see you. And with a heavy breath, he says, "So, do you have them?"
Yes, you have them. You have them all.
Good, good. That's good. Those are more important than me at the moment. Did you see any? Did you see the other dragons on your way here?
No, but
No.
I could smell them that they had been close.
Okay, that's good news. Okay. Uh, I need. You need. And Julie is also by you, and she's slowly petting Black Dog's head. She says, "Shelly, it's okay. I can tell them. I spoke to Shelly, before the damage got, before it took a turn for the worse. And I told him about where we're going, and we need to get there. And we need to get there soon with these eggs, because those dragons are going to be coming after us soon. Once they get situated with that horde that only caused a brief distraction, we need to get to Wingfall. We need the cleric's help there. She's a cleric. I didn't tell you much about her. She's a cleric of Melora. She saved my life when I was a kid, and she was one of the most powerful people I had ever met in my lifetime. We need to get there, and we need to find a way to get there now. And you hear in the back, you hear, Shelly say, "Elwood," and Julie's like, "I know. I don't. I know Elwood is in the Sea of Gadarn. We need to convince him to help us. I don't know how we're gonna do that with a dragon turtle, but he is probably our fastest way to get there right now. And if we don't get there fast, those dragons are gonna come back. They know what we smell like. We're we're gonna die if we don't get there fast. And Shelly, Julie takes a step back, and Shelly says, you know, I I thought dying would be a lot worse. And you see him smile at you guys, like, there's a small genuine smile. But for what it's worth, as a very old dragon told me once, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and the many will be benefited by these eggs. Did you guys want to say anything?
I look at the party if they want to say anything.
I want to hug him.
Okay.
I
So,
go up and hug Shelly around his neck.
all right. He seems to be comforted by this action. And he smiles at the pressure that is now, on him, and he's like, you guys are good. You took a risk. You knew that dragons live for a long time, and you might have the ire of two reds on you, but you're good people. You took that risk, and I
didn't
appreciate
about
that.
I whisper to Ramas.
I just stroke the dragon's head and say, it's gonna be alright now. And don't be afraid. Nature will take good care of you.
I am going to Bahamut's side, and he will take care of me. And with a last shuddering breath, his eyes completely glaze over. One more breath is expelled from his great lungs, and everything stills. And Julie, the cat's paw ironwood, most of the wagon party just kind of closes their eyes, and Ironwood goes to the dragon, and she just puts, around his great head, he closes the eyes. He says a prayer in Elvish, and he looks to you, the rest of you, and says, well, this is, it's all it's going downhill pretty fast, wouldn't you say? And he kind of gives a shuddering breath as he says this. So
I say it's not all downhill, and I look at the eggs.
let's just, and Ironwood says, let's just hope this brings, is a significant impact to whatever Shelly thought was going to happen. But I guess we have a dragon turtle to find now, don't we?
Yep.
Um,
Would it be? I'm guessing it would be completely inappropriate for me to suggest to these people that we skin Shelly.
I knew
can
somebody
try,
was gonna
Shelly.
bring that up.
So I'm. It probably would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what would your character think? I mean,
Ramus wouldn't. Ramus is like, ooh, free dragon hide. But at the same time, ooh, Shelly's nice, so we're not going to skin her. Him. God, the name keeps throwing me off.
it's okay. Shelly was just short for this long draconic name that you guys
Yeah,
could. I can't
they
even
do
speak.
that.
Yeah. So Iron asks you guys, do you guys remember the last where you saw Elwood?
Yes,
He was
it
going
at
back into the lake.
Yeah, the mouth of the river into the lake.
I'm trying to. Elwood and Cat's Paw and Julie, everybody kind of just stands with you guys, and Julie asks, so does anybody have any idea how to get a dragon's turtle's attention.
Yell really loudly in Draconic. If Lyle teaches me the words to say, I can make my voice louder with thaumaturgy. And
Lyle just kind of looks at you with this disdain, since you're a tiefling, and he's like,
yeah.
Julie says, I say we go back to where you found where Elwood dropped you off. She's currently just rummaging through her packs to find anything at all that would help with the situation, with calling Elwood. I mean, she says, do we have a plan B in case we can't get his attention?
We fly across the lake.
With what?
We have those fly scrolls Shelly gave us, but we don't have enough for the whole party.
No, we don't.
Damn.
And they all know, and the problem is, Julie says, they know what we smell like now. They've been to where we've been. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think dragons forget so easily.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do any backtracking.
His home is in the Sea of Gadarn, if I remember correctly, Julie says, and
Yep.
Ironpaw and Cat's Paw, and everybody else nods. Dragon turtle. She starts muttering to herself as she tries to think maybe how you guys could attract something. Actually, everybody give me a nature check. I can maybe drop some hint on what you guys may be able to. You can formulate a plan. So, Ramas. Okay, Hwinnil. Dragon turtle.
I rolled really high today.
Yeah, you're rolling really high. They can be bribed. Dragon turtles can be bribed with something. Like true dragons, dragon turtles collect treasure first by sinking ships, then by sifting through the wreckage for coin and other precious items. Dragon turtles swallow treasure from transport, then regurgitates it when it reaches its lair. Most dragon turtles live in the ocean, as you recall, Hwinnil. However, Elwood seems to be a young dragon turtle, about half the size of a gargantuan dragon turtle. So, unfortunately, do you tell anybody else about this knowledge, or do you keep it to
Yes.
yourself? Okay.
I share it.
Unfortunately, Julie says the red dragons took the horde with them, so we don't have much bartering power when it comes to a turtle. But
We could steal it back.
Julie looks at you. You want to go to the lair of 2 red dragons.
I can steal it back.
He's just crazy. I think. He
Man,
doesn't
I have-
understand that I'm a druid. I look at other druids. So when I turned into a dog, he actually thought it was another dog that had come around.
The Cat's Paw and Ironwood kind of peer their eyes at Ramas in both, how crazy is this guy, and if you have any drugs, that's some good shit, because we'd like some right now.
I kind of pull out my potion of invisibility and just kind of wave it in front of them a little bit. I have this, and he can do his special non-noisy thingy to me, and then I can definitely steal it. And I pull out my bag of holding and wave it around in front of them as well.
So what about your smell?
Pass without trace cover smell.
Yeah, but you don't know that. I don't want to do the suicide thing.
I'm not sure he grasps the concept of being tracked by smell anyways. To be honest. But
well, we can Julie, Alina steps steps out at this point and says, "Well, I have some finery on me that I can give to the cause, as well as my cousins. I mean, we are part of the royal family. We do have insignia rings and jewels because we are their nobility. They had to wear it for the conclave. We can try to pool our sources to see how much we have. I mean, can a young dragon turtle be that greedy? Um,
We could try to you know, guilt it into doing more for its past debt. It agreed to help us bring these eggs to safety. They're not they're not in safety yet, you know. The Shelly didn't say that his debt was repaid. Uh, you know, we
um,
could
a couple of the group members, the NPC group members nod. Yeah, that could possibly work. Um, what you know about dragon turtles, Hwinnil, is they are very, very, they are materialistic, but they don't really fall under the realm of good or evil aligned. They're usually kind of in the middle. So that is a possibility that you can convince it is a possibility. And also that Alina did offer to, and the rest of the group agrees that they could try to pull their resources together, what they have on them, because Julie, Alina has said, you guys have given so much already to help us get back as well, and we haven't contributed that much, that they're willing to take whatever valuables and heirlooms they have and put it in the pile to maybe seek passage with this dragon turtle also.
Yeah, I tell them that
okay.
as well.